it's so many black women that I've seen that are in love with their son. I say it all the time. It is emotional incest. I'm going to have to dedicate an entire live to that.
A lot of you guys are going to find out in this Freaknik documentary is that a lot of your fathers are sexual predators, rapists, and assaulters and otherwise. No matter what somebody has on, you should be able to control yourself. And there's this narrative that if women dress provocatively, that you are entitled to their bodies. And that's not true. You need to teach your raggedy ass son some self-control. And no matter what anyone has on, you should be able to show them some form of respect to keep your fucking hands to yourself. Or you could get popped. Or you could go to jail. It's up to you. Pray on it.
And you know what? Sis isn't wrong, but neither was the brother. He said, I wouldn't do it, but there are guys that will. So maybe you should dress appropriately. We all know the difference between appropriate dress and loose dress. It's the same thing I tell my daughters. Look, I'm not saying that you can't wear what you want. But when you wear certain things, you almost have to expect certain things from some men. It's not everybody. But just like sis said, maybe you need to learn to control your sons better. Who are these boys being raised by most of the time? Women. A lot of these mothers allow their sons to do whatever the fool free fuck what he want to do. Mama baby so handsome. Ain't nobody handsome as mama baby. He gonna be a little heartbreaker. He got how many girlfriends you got? Those type of things. So as these boys mature and get older, and now he got his hormones going out of control, and he ain't never learned how to control them from a man, and he gets to be a grown ass man, and he's in those situations. Some of these cats don't take no for an answer. And the thing that pisses me off about this conversation is that people get more mad at me and brothers like myself in this space for saying things than they are at the guys that actually did something to somebody. I had to check a group of men one time. I had to tell them, bro, y'all talking all this shit. Y'all sound like some bitches. Straight up and down, man to man. I know them fighting words, but it is what it is. Y'all sound like some bitches because y'all repeating what a lot of these women say. But each and every one of y'all got one cousin or somebody in your family that don't know how to pick men, been getting her ass whooped for 3 years, and not nan one of you motherfuckers went over there, knocked on that door, and pulled that dude out the house. Did you? And all of them got silent. Nobody could say anything. Because we know this stuff goes on daily, but no physical harm comes to the guy that actually is out there harming women. That bothers the hell out of me. I'm not wishing ill will on anybody, but a lot of these guys aren't held to the level of accountability they should be. But you get mad when we start having the conversation and we do ask, why was she over there? Why did she go to that guy's house so late at night? Like, and y'all got to grow up as women out there too. A part of this rape culture is when women get ashamed and start making false claims. We'll get to that in a second as well. Let me slide over to some of these comments. They said, not black men's. That's what. Oh, that's what a lot of these guys sound like. Oh, where's my It's raining men. Hallelujah. That's what a lot of these dudes sound like when they get to talking, Mona. Yeah, he definitely did, JC. Broken made better work than heal. He did. Like, you appreciate the view, and we understand that. I think all of us are fathers. Well, not all of us, but the majority of us that I know have followed my content and had these conversations. A lot of us are fathers. A lot of us are fathers of daughters. So we take this type of stuff serious. It's not just like, oh, you know, we just want harm to come to women. No, we're trying to give you a heads up. Again, as the brother said, I'm going to play it again. I wouldn't do it, but there's guys out there that would. And sis immediately got mad and started going in on him. Nobody ever holds the guy that actually did it accountable. Well, let me backtrack. I don't want to speak in absolutes. I'm not going to say nobody, but it's rarer that these guys are held accountable for their actual deeds than a lot of guys are being held accountable for the way they speak. But I'm gonna play it again so y'all can hear it.
I would not grab your body, but there are people that will. That will, right. So you should dress appropriately.
See, which a lot of you guys are going to find out in this Freaknik documentary is that a lot of your fathers are sexual predators, rapists, and assaulters and otherwise. No matter what somebody has on, you should be able to control yourself. And there's this narrative that if women dress provocatively, that you are entitled to their bodies. And that's not true. You need to teach your raggedy ass son some self-control. And no matter what anyone has on, you should be able to show them some form of respect to keep your fucking hands to yourself. Or you could get popped. Or you could go to jail. It's up to you. Pray on it.
And again, sis is right. However, there's layers to it because a lot of these women are with it. So if you're dressing like the women that are with it like that, a lot of dudes don't know, and some aren't going to hesitate. I'm not saying it's right. I think it's totally wrong. I totally disagree with it. However, there's going to be somebody that tries you. Then the guys that disagree are supposed to protect your honor. And that shit usually goes left. When the police show up, the guy that didn't do anything somehow gets blamed. The guy that didn't do anything that's just caught on camera, we're going to get to that in a second, Mark Lamont Hill. The guy that's caught on camera just for being there is held to a higher level of accountability than the guy that actually raped somebody or grabbed somebody. Because I've been in settings like Freaknik. I missed it by a year. But I've been in settings like Freaknik, taking pictures with girls where my hand was grabbed by them and put on their titty. I pulled away because guess what? You a little bit too tipsy. And tomorrow you're going to be hollering about I touched you and you didn't want it. And I'm not going to gamble with that. Once again, brothers, we're going to get into that a little bit later too. I keep telling y'all, stop fucking with married women. Stop fucking with drunk women. But let's get to Mark Lamont Hill's comment. First, let me get over here to these comments. As y'all come in, make sure y'all hit the like button, man. I appreciate everybody being here again. Fine, but teach your daughter some self-respect. Exactly, JC. And this is another big problem we have. We want to hold black men to a level of accountability where we got to keep being better, or we got to be traditional protectors and providers and things like that, at the same time that we're telling women they can do what the fuck they want to do. We're telling men that they got to be leaders and telling women they don't have to follow. And then when women turn around and be like, ain't y'all the leader? It's crazy. Everybody wants us to be the leader when it's time to do some heavy lifting or something goes wrong. When things are going right, guess what? Find the nearest black woman and pat her on the back. I say it all the time. When these boys make the league, mama did the best she could. She sacrificed so much. That little fucker turned into a goddamn felon. And then guess what? Where his daddy at? Black men are failing. Where are the black men? What's going on in our community? Blase blah. I appreciate that, JC. Appreciate it, Mona. Yes, they spew that into their sons. It's so many black women that I've seen that are in love with their son. I say it all the time. It is emotional incest. I'm going to have to dedicate an entire live to that. So again, thanks, Brokerage Edition. So I'm loading up my ammo for May. I'm going to have to dedicate an entire live to emotional incest. A lot of these women are doing everything with their sons except sleeping with them. I wish I was exaggerating, but I'm not. And I know y'all have seen it too.